What is up, my beautiful Bombad people? How are we doing today? Excellent. I'm very happy to hear that you're having a great day and you're tuned in and ready. But actually, real quick, we have a very special episode for you today. It's actually going to be our conversation from September 5th that dealt with the D23 footage that was on our YouTube live stream. In case you missed it, give this a listen. I had to do a little quick edit. We had some technical difficulties with our most recent recording of the episode on that we just did this past Sunday. So we're going to get back to the music of Star Wars later. But as of right now, enjoy this D23 footage coverage. If you haven't listened to it, you're in for a treat. All right. Remember, stay bombad.
Welcome to the Bombadcast.
What is up, my Bombad people? We are here live. I hope this is going great on your end. Keep the comments coming if you are joining us. The other talk show theme is playing in. Okay. We are here. We are super excited. It's me, Scotty, and my boy, Ewok Man.
What is up, everybody? How's it going?
Ewok Man is here.
I am
It's a
here.
little laggy on my end. Yes.
We, of course, worked out all
hope-
of the bugs before we started, guys.
But anyway, look, we're here. We're super excited. We're here to talk about like one really big thing, okay? We are here to discuss, which we haven't really discussed in our show yet. We're here to discuss the D23 legacy footage. And it's so funny because they were like, it's not a trailer. Not a trailer. And I don't know why they kept approaching it that way, but I guess for some sort of marketing reasons they did. It's not a trailer, quote unquote.
It's a trailer. It's a
100% a trailer.
It's a freaking legacy trailer. I mean, come on. Look at the what's it called? You know, it's pretty much a lot of people were pointing out that it was pretty much the Revenge of the Sith trailer with just extra stuff added on there. So
Good point. I had not thought about that. That's fantastic. It's very true. With that being said, though, you have to think about it from this way as well. It's one of those trailers that, like, honestly, how I thought about it, to be honest, was if they had shown this in Celebration, I would have lost my mind.
we already lost our minds
especially with
at Celebration, but yeah, I know what you mean.
If they had like done that with a little bit more footage, and then they did the cackle, and then Dark Gray with the voiceover from Palpatine, I think that would have been like, I might have been better than the whole movie. But I'm glad they released it when they did too. This in particular, well, very interesting time to release it. You know, I didn't think we'd get any Rise of Skywalker stuff at all.
Oh, hold on. Before we get too far into this discussion of trailers, Talking Star Wars asked, will any solo characters like Maul, Kira, Crimson Dawn, and Kira or Crimson Dawn appear in Kenobi? I don't know if in Kenobi they will. That was a weird way to word that, but because. In fact, I don't know if any of you guys listened to Resistance broadcast today. They were kind of talking about this, and they were talking about how, you know, the Maul storyline was kind of resolved in Rebels, but they were kind of wishing that they would have done it in live action. But Matt Martin, Howie said that Matt Martin has said before that once they do a story in a certain medium, they're not going to redo that story in another medium. So I don't know. You know, there could be a chance of them showing up. It would be interesting. I think we're going to get a really deep dive to the Force, though, for sure. Anyway, Scott, what do you think?
In regards to, I would love to see Ray Park reprise and then have that same exact battle with Ewan. I think that would be an interesting way to end the first season. But the thing is, it would feel kind of random because we're following Maul's story in Rebels, and it would almost be just for a, I guess, a purpose for the big fans would the people that are really invested would understand it. Or even if they did some sort of really awesome, but I guess it's 8 years after Revenge of the Sith, so they probably wouldn't go that far. But if they were to, and they had like a tombstone or some sort of funeral pyre, like Obi walks away from a funeral pyre, I don't know. There's a lot of options to this show, and I never thought about it. But I mean, we really could get some insane stuff. And what impressed me the most is that, like, of course the scripts are already written, but the fact that the scripts have been in the making for the past 2 years,
right,
probably, and all of the pre-production has been, kind of invested the past couple of years, and I don't know what they're going to do with this story. Obviously, this is my hunch, that it was originally, I think it was supposed to be some sort of movie, and then Solo kind of, was the bane, or I wouldn't even blame Solo. I think it was the marketing for Solo which ruined everything. So there's a lot of options there, but if we're ever going to see Maul or someone like that, I think it's definitely possible. Though I don't know how it would fit.
Yeah, I think. Well, I agree with Rural Farm Boy down here, Anthony. I agree with you, buddy. It's going to be something, a new story that we're going to get told. Sure, yeah. But I don't know. I want them to kind of hold that stuff off for the Solo series that inevitably happen because of make Solo 2 happen, of course.
Hashtag make it happen, baby.
Yeah, let's do it. Hold on, talking Star Wars, does Mando take his helmet off? I'm going to tell you right now, probably not for the first half of the first season.
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of shaping up to be. I could be wrong.
They could do some sort of crazy thing, like super unexpected, and that first shot could be him with the helmet off, whatever, talking to someone on the holonet. I don't know. It really could be. Kind of unpredictable what they do with it. They could totally throw a curveball.
Right. I totally agree. Well, I don't know. See, I still need to get caught up on those. I don't know if you guys have been reading those articles that have been coming out from EW this week. I still haven't got to read hashtag make it happen. That's right. That's right. Puck 27. What's up, Troy? No, dude. I just need to take a week and send my child off to my in-laws. So
yes,
and take
indeed.
a week off of work so I can catch up on some stuff. But that's what's just been. It's been kind of a crazy week, so I haven't got to sit down. I want to read that article about how the First Order, the origins, is going to be explored. We've gotten a little bit of origins in some of the other canon material. If you guys go ahead, I am the canon junkie, so go check out the Aftermath trilogy and Bloodline by Claudia Gray. So good. But check those out if you're interested in a little bit of that background. But I feel like we're going to get even more of a deep dive into it, Scott, because this is in between those two books that The Mandalorian takes place.
Well, ooh, Lord, I just my subwoofers in the
I thought your chair was about to fall apart. So you're like, your chair just became a Force ghost.
Yes, it did, and I'm like Luke's robe on the rock. So in regards to the Mandalorian, and the articles that were posted, the photos they put out, the Trandoshans looked incredible, even though it was just a silhouette, just a slight silhouette. I would love to see one face on because. I remember, if I'm not mistaken, Clone Wars had Bosk in it, but didn't we saw a couple more Trandoshans, not quite that many, and I feel like they're all going to have different features because Bosk has a very distinct look. He looks very reptilian, but the Trandoshans they showed in that one thing looked a little more, it's going to sound they look more reptilian.
Well,
I know Jerry and I just...
They look no, you know what they are, Scott? They're actual reptilians who are trying to take over the new world. We're not going to get into that. This is not that. No, don't worry. We don't believe that, guys. Don't worry. No, they honestly, they kind of, when I first saw it, I was like, I posted on Twitter. I said I had to like look twice to make sure this wasn't a Mike Zero video because
That's
it's like
amazing.
the Mandalorian fights 2 Trandoshans. It's like you get it sounds made up. EW, and they even changed their EW, like their logo to I don't know if that's it looks like the Friends font for some reason.
Yeah, that's weird.
There
I
must
saw
be
that.
something going on. I don't know. You guys could probably tell me. They did. It did look like toys. So many people were saying that, Rick. It's gosh, but it looked so cool. I will say, the Trandoshans, they looked a little Star Trek Next
did.
Generation.
Yeah,
People
yeah, they
painted
did.
up, and that's the first time I was kind of like, I don't know, but I it's grown on me, and so don't worry, guys, I'm not that grumpy. Mike gets suggested to a lot of people on YouTube. Don't worry, it's because he puts out 500 videos a day talking Star Wars. So zero hero.
He must have.
Good luck with that to Med 2. to Med 2. Sorry, buddy. Dude, I don't know. The Mandalorian is shaping up to be something quite special, and I think before Friday finally hits, which I'm going to be in. I don't know if you guys hear. If anybody is listening to this after the fact, or if you're here and you're in the Nashville area, I'm going to be in the Nashville area for Force Friday. We're going to be on a trip with my lovely wife. So if you want to hang out, let me know. But gosh, I'm not going to have enough money because they're going to have Mandalorian stuff and like I don't. Have you seen all the leaks of the stuff that's coming out? Speaking of action figures.
I haven't, but one thing I will buy, and like, it's so weird. I have my ship collection. I can actually show y'all. I've got my original Trade Federation. I don't even know what they call this thing. This Jerry.
It's the droid control ship.
Yes.
There's another more technical name, but they
these.
call it the droid control ship.
And have my same exact on the same year. I've got my TIE Bomber as well, but. My thing is, there's very few Star Wars ships that I'm like, gotta have it. But I want to have, is it called the Razor Claw?
The Razor Crest.
Razor.
That's a sweet name.
Every time I see it, I don't care if I will buy the toy. I want it to be as die cast as possible. I want it to be as I guess, fitting as, as realistic as possible, but I really want one of those. So I don't know if there's going to be a toy of that, if there's going to be even just a small model like this. I want it because if I'm not mistaken, the thing that Jango Fett pilots in the Bounty Hunter game looks strikingly similar to that one. So that would be a childhood like dream come true.
I believe the Razor Crest is the same kind of gunner ship that. What is the name of the bounty? Remember the episode of Clone Wars that was like Seven Samurai or the Magnificent Seven?
Yeah.
Where you had the bounty hunters, and it was the ship owned by not Jazz. Jazz Imari is her niece, actually, but it's whatever Jazz, who is in the Aftermath trilogy's name, or the Aftermath trilogy books. It's her aunt's ship. Fly that in there.
Okay.
It looks exactly like that. So,
see, I'm gonna put it on this screen, on Jerry's screen. So look at Jerry real quick. I'm gonna see if I can get this image pulled up a little bit bigger.
Look at me.
There's already been a ton of stuff of the Razor Crest, right? And I remember at the Mandalorian panel, they had like I think it was just sitting somewhere. I don't remember, or it might have been in the is it Vanity Fair? Someone had put it out. I don't remember exactly who, but I remember seeing like a model of it, and I have a photo up right here. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up and put it on Jerry's monitor.
Right here.
Other monitor.
But just like kind of right
there
over
where
my
Jerry
face.
I'm trying to. Is taken. That is so funny. Still, I don't know what makes that scene so funny.
I'm on YouTube. Just real quick, Rick. No, I did not. I don't think me or Scott signed up for the reduced Disney Plus 3-year thing. We missed the date. That's just. Gosh.
I think that was only for D23.
Well, no.
People.
You could actually. People were signing up after the fact. You could go and get a hold of it for the. I think until yesterday, or the
Oh,
yeah. But the thing is, I didn't have like a. How much was it, guys? It was like 130 or something. It was a good price for 3 years, but it just didn't have. I didn't have it like to hand to them to go. Here you go. I'm still trying to talk my mother-in-law into splitting it with me and my wife.
Okay, so I have a model over Jerry
Right here.
right now of the Razor
Let's see
Crest.
it.
Do you see it on your whatever phone you're looking at? It's such a cool
I see
model. I seriously cannot wait to get my hands on this. I don't know if they're gonna sell this exactly. I just want to feel it. I just love that. I love the big like thrusters.
Just want to.
I think it's beautiful.
Scott, do you need a moment with the Razor Crest? I just want to
Yeah, look,
squeeze its
guys, I'm gonna-
thrusters. Oh, just look at the turrets on that thing. My God.
I mean, and they had that one shot
Wow,
that looks
wow,
like
wee,
it was
wow.
literally from A New Hope. Oh, wow!
Oh, 140 bucks for 3
Um,
years. That's what it was. Rather
Oh,
save my
see, I
money
did see
for
that.
celebration tickets when they go on sale, but when
yes.
they go on resale.
Well, look, here's the deal with that. Jerry's gonna come. He hasn't bought his tickets yet, but he's 100% gonna be there. 100%
Yeah.
gonna be there. And our podcast, my dream is to have us be on the podcast stage. So, telling you now, you heard it here
Cheers.
first, folks. Cheers, mate. But is it
It's wonderfully hot. It's perfect.
is it Ewok hot?
I don't even know what you mean by that. No. Look, why don't you go spend some alone time with the Razor Crest?
We found it. We found the thing you're gonna make fun of me for. Now.
Hooray!
It's been Ewok this, Ewok
No,
this,
dude.
and now it's the dude. I can't wait to caress the
I
Razor
don't know, man. Hey,
Crest.
we've got to get. I don't know. We got to get some like good inside jokes because we need some good. I don't know. You guys think you'd like to buy T-shirts from us eventually? Because I would like to definitely put out some T-shirts.
Hey, speaking of T-shirts, I want to show everyone the new logo. Is that possible?
I believe so.
Ewok
I
Man?
think it's up top.
I know. I can pull it on
Pull
real quick.
it
Watch
up.
this.
What do you guys
so I
think?
made this logo is based off a coloring image. Now this might be temporary. We're trying to figure that out right now. But we have the new logo. We're gonna change all of our social media after this. You can be the first to see it. Are you ready? Here we go. I think our audio
Did it
dropped
drop?
out of that,
Oh,
Jerry.
no.
That's okay. But no, not right now. Not right now. Just for
Oh.
this. Maybe it didn't.
Rick, I need a ride
There
too.
you
I
have
need a ride
it.
too. I think you're talking a celebration. I don't know. We can carpool if you want, buddy. You're in Chicago, right? You know what? You know what? We'll get on the flight together. We'll fly down. Okay, together. How's that sound? That sounds good. There it is.
There we go.
What do you guys think? Stay Bombad.
I like that a lot. I thought it was good.
It is pretty fantastic, my man. Let's see. What do we got in the chat here? You know, we need to eventually talk about that trailer again, but real quick before we do, we were talking about toys earlier.
Oh yeah. Go back to
No,
that. I'm
you're
sorry.
fine. Just got a T-Public delivery today. Man, I need to order more T-Public stuff, but you guys remember we still do have our Adopt a Snoke program going. And these two precocious little dictators here are just jonesing to go home with somebody. We've got some entries. We got a good amount of entries on our YouTube there, Scotty.
I saw that. I'm very excited with that.
Look, these guys, they're looking for a good home. They just all they want to do is to just. They want to rise to meet the light in your life. That's what they want to do. These guys, all they want to do is they want to whisper things in your head while you sleep, and try to get you to kill your dad and your uncle. So, again, if you want a chance to get these, take one of these lovely little raisins home with you, all you have to do is comment comment on, I believe, our Mandalorian. Trailer reaction. Comment hashtag adopt a Snoke, and then leave your handle, and we will. You know what? I think we'll pick a winner, possibly on the next episode of the Bombadcast. What do you think, Scotty? Actually, we'll pick a couple of lucky parents. Anyway, back to you, Scott.
So, I don't know if we have confirmed it yet on the social media, but our next episode, we will definitely confirm it tomorrow.
Snoke is the Black Bishop.
But our next episode...
Sorry. Elder Pug. Troy, I agree.
So, Matt Martin denied it, but I'm not taking it. He is totally the Black Bishop. Anyway.
Sorry, Rick, I'm saving that idea for a shirt. I love that.
White raisins. Okay, so, in regards to... our next episode, we haven't really announced it yet, but we're going to have a good friend of the Bombadcast on. We're going to have our one and only pal from the Resistance Broadcast. That's right, I'm talking about John Hoey.
What's up?
He will be making his Bombad debut, and guess what I'm wearing, y'all? In hype of it. Guess what we're talking about?
What are we talking about, Scott? I don't know.
Oh, boy!
Oh, yeah!
We're going to be talking some Sheevy babes.
You know what I got to say to that, Scott? Roll it again.
Yes!
Yes.
Do it!
Do it, guys. Do it.
I will never... You can even see my reaction. You can see it if you go comment. Adopt a Snoke. Whatever it is.
That's right, Rick. That's right.
The best are the people that are the haters that are commenting on it are hilarious. One of the comments is just in all lowercase. They said nerd.
Oh, is that? I thought that was just someone being like sarcastic, like, "Ha, nerd."
I don't know.
Get it?
I thought it was so funny. It just said nerd.
So hey, guys,
a lot of them are great.
You know, there was one that said, what was I don't know, I can't even remember. I've read them and I was just like, yeah, who cares what these people are saying? Like someone's saying, oh, cringeworthy or something. Like, all right, whatever, man. You know, you weren't there feeling the crazy Bombad like Star Wars love in that room. It was like Woodstock, but way nerdier.
This one just commented 25 minutes ago. These people all need therapy. Their reactions are absurd. And he has a
no worries, real farm boy.
Photo.
The haters are in our comments from previous videos.
Oh yeah, no, but it's really kind of funny. This is amazing. I love reading these. Like a lot of them are so hateful. It's just it's actually really funny to me. I just don't understand.
Okay. Don't give them airtime.
No, I won't. It just makes me laugh. Anyway,
it's like, okay, think of something better next time, Jock. Okay, no, just playing.
Before we start getting into our main discussion, which is probably the thing I'm going to end up posting on as a bonus episode later, I'm going to crop all this out. But before we get to our main discussion, I want to get to one other thing. Okay, if you are in the comments right now, give us your input. Okay, give us your input so we can play off of it. All right. Then I'll start recording, and you will 100% be featured in our next episode. All right? So, give us some feedback on what you thought of the D23 footage from specifically The Rise of Skywalker. I know I loved it. Would y'all have wanted to see more old footage combined with the new stuff? Did you want to see more new footage? What did you like about the new footage we did get? I mean, the one thing I love personally, I love the Death Star wreckage and them. Oh, I can't. I am not ready to see that in person at all. But yeah, if anyone has any input, please. Oh, what's up, Sloan? Please, yeah. Y'all come in and leave your comments right now. We're talking all about that D23 footage. With Dark Ray. Ooh.
Rick says, wait a minute, I wrote in for the very first episode of Bombadcast and Hoey's going to be on before me. Rick, man, hey. Come on, you know what? We'll DM me and we'll work out a time, my man. Okay, I am the official scheduler. So here we go.
Yeah, Jerry has become
doing
PR.
a little work on live. So I want to be told a Star Wars story. That's right, Rural Farm Boy. That's right.
There you go. There you go. Our boy, Rural Farm Boy, being the best moderator I've ever seen.
You know what? My favorite part, I think, of that entire trailer, and look, the big thing, I kind of wish that the descriptions of the footage hadn't come out over the weekend, but I understand we were all like so hungry for it. It was insane. But gosh, we had everyone talking about what? Dark Ray, Ray with the double-bladed folding lightsaber. Whoa, yeah, Sith Ray has me shook. Everyone was like, whoa. I gotta tell you guys, that part of the trailer actually kind of, I was a little, not disappointed, but I was like, oh, that's it? Okay, it's Rey in some Sith garb. Okay. Because the shock is seeing it. And coming,
yeah, that's
so I was
true.
like, oh, man, that's right, Rick, you better hit me up. Sorry, I'm following. You guys are going to see my ADD in full force tonight. Here we go. But you thought it was bad on the regular episodes? Oh, just wait, guys. No.
But it's wonderful.
My favorite part of the entire trailer, though, I mean, it still is intriguing. But of course, if they're dropping it this early, if a Sith Army knife, that's right. Hey, Autumn Rose, what's up? Yeah, man. If they are dropping that this early, JJ's not going to drop that big of a plot twist.
No, he would never.
But my actual favorite part of the trailer, if I can finally get to it, is it's Rey and Kylo fighting on the remains of the Death Star in the ocean.
Yes.
We are, everyone was like, we didn't get a lightsaber on lightsaber fight in TLJ, which didn't bother me. I mean, I still thought it was awesome what we were getting in TLJ. But just now, look, there's your proof. We're getting lightsaber on lightsaber, guys. Yeah, all right, I am going to get it on. I am. All right.
Sloan, yeah, no, I totally agree with that. I don't want to see another super weapon, but if they do somehow have a mini super weapon that does a little bit of damage, I might be fine with that. But I'm not looking for a whole other planet exploding or a whole system exploding.
We saw that the blaster hits. Sorry, I don't know.
Exactly.
I don't think that's a super weapon.
Oh,
because it wasn't. Look, I mean, it was leveling mountains or whatever that was, that terrain. But that's like an orbital bombardment from like one of the. It looked like the. Kennedy, Captain Kennedy was. It looked like the dreadnoughts, autocannons firing.
It did.
Putting it together. I haven't ever seen. Someone said they saw autocannons on the bottom of the Imperial Star Destroyers. I didn't really see that, even in the Brighton photos. But maybe those Imperial Star Destroyers, part of possibly Palpatine's contingency plan, are bombarding the whatever planet the battle is taking place over.
Exactly.
I don't know.
Do you want to? I guess we'd start from right here and really get into what happened in that trailer.
I think that ocean is on Endor, not the planet. I think it's on the Forest Moon, guys. But go ahead, Scott.
Okay, so this is going to be the start of the bonus episode that will drop at some point. Maybe tomorrow, maybe Sunday, I don't know.
What's up, Rez?
What is up, my Bombad people?
Sorry,
Look, we are here to discuss the wonderful footage we saw at D23.
Yes.
What is up, Jerry? How are you?
I am doing great. How are you doing, Scotty?
Well, we are currently on our live stream, and for anyone watching, you get to see and hear this first. Super excited for y'all to be here with us and keep the comments going. But we're here to discuss one really big thing. One of the bigger things we were discussing was that footage we saw at D23. Now, with that being said, Jerry, since you've watched it most recently, what was the the flow of the whole trailer? What did it really start with?
I mean, it starts off with the twin suns, right? Boom.
And the most interesting thing, I thought they would end up doing the Force theme. No, they did Yoda's theme, right?
Yes,
Yoda's theme?
It was Beautiful.
So good. So good. It was so unexpected because I thought, da, 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 da. I thought we'd hear that. Not once did we hear it. Maybe in the other footage, but we definitely didn't hear it until. Actually, I don't remember if we heard it or not. But hearing Yoda's theme was very interesting. Was not expecting that.
Well, and
So-
not only Yoda's theme, but then what do we go? We go into a little bit of the Force theme, kind of, but this theme for for that. Again, we're calling it a trailer because it's a trailer. It was a legacy trailer.
Yeah.
Real, whatever you want to call it. That trailer music, though, was so beautifully blended together. You've got Yoda's theme throughout with little hints of like the Force theme here and there. Before, of course, we hit the big bombastic, what is it, Rey's theme toward TROS, Rise of Skywalker footage.
Oh.
But anyway, what else did we see? That we got the twin suns, and then we kind of get what, like a kind of like a previously on Star Wars, right?
Well, I remember it had, of course, it showed the original 3, and they showed one scene that I liked in particular. They didn't show anything random, but they showed R2 and 3PO walking through the hallway, and I've always thought that scene was funny in general. So when I first saw that, I kind of giggled. I'm like, oh wow! Well, of all the ones they could have thrown in there, whatever, it could have been the one from Empire Strikes Back where they're sitting there and they're fighting, with 3PO's arm, but they chose that one. They're like scurrying by, but it was cool to see it, and it was kind of what I thought was very interesting. It was kind of out of order. They had shots of Return of the Jedi, where in the middle of Empire, because they had Boba Fett and he did the nod, which was pretty cool. But then they had Lando show up, and one thing they really did show a lot more than most. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but they did show a lot of Return of the Jedi Death Star battle. Maybe that's just me speculating, but they showed like a good, I think 2 or 3.
They want to make sure you remember. Hey,
know?
we've had 2 Death Stars, and technically, if you count Starkiller 3, but I don't really count that. That's not. It's way bigger, and it's in a planet.
Yeah. Well,
and it uses the power of the sun.
My biggest
like Birdman.
Exactly. My biggest speculation on this, biggest speculation, honestly, is they showed us those individual clips for a very particular reason. Now, the one of Harrison, Carey, and Mark Hamill, and Alec Guinness, and the droids, I think that was just to get your appetites going. But when they went back to the prequels, and they showed us Qui-Gon and Maul and Obi-Wan, I think there was reasonings behind showing us those particular shots in general. That's just my theory. Just my theory, but I think there's reasonings because I feel like, of course, everyone probably felt this way. In 2014, when all this stuff for The Force Awakens was coming out, JJ was like, "Oh, we're gonna have Jar Jar's skull in it," Like there was
that
a
hurts
lot of
right here.
Prequels. Yeah, there's a lot of prequels animosity, and that's obviously very gone now. And for them to put that footage in there was really nice because it is the Skywalker saga. That is ultimately a part of the Skywalker saga, and I really do, in my gut, think they put that in there for a reason. Just me. Like they had Hayden and Natalie Portman, that one scene, which was awesome. I didn't expect them to show a scene from Attack of the Clones at all.
It was fantastic.
Then they had that amazing shot of Mace Windu and Sidious. Then they had the one of Sidious with his back against the it's the camera is facing his back and he's doing that.
Galactic Empire. I love that shot.
So so good. And I think they showed all of that for a reason, really. And then the best shot was the one where they ended on, and it was Luke from Return of the Jedi, and I think it was him looking at Vader. Maybe I don't remember which exact shot it was, but they said this is your battle now. Whatever the exact.
But this is your fight. Yeah.
Oh. That was so good.
It was, man, they touched all the nostalgia buttons. One thing I did notice, and first of all, you were saying we had Qui-Gon in for a reason. Elder Pub 27 asks, could you imagine Liam Neeson's return for this movie? And
Dude.
I'm going to say book it because that is, I'm pretty sure it's going to happen, man. gosh, if you don't get Liam Neeson in this, he's got to be in Kenobi. But I'm
Guaranteed.
Anyway, now I'm shifting to something else. Let's get back to Rise of Skywalker. Did you notice though that they did release order as opposed to chronological order?
Yeah.
I was honestly, I understand why. I kind of think I would have liked them starting like to show kind of the flow of the story, since we all know where it comes. But it didn't lose any emotional impact. It was seriously, gosh, this trailer is so good, and I can't stop watching it.
This is kind of daydreamy, but what would you have wanted that first shot to be if it did start with something from episode 1? Because I know my shot instantly, I know it. But what would your one shot be? The opening shot for that. It would have been. It wasn't even shown in this most recent footage. It would have been would have been a weird way to start it. But
I have no clue. Yeah. I don't know. Like, I'm trying to think of maybe like start with a shot of Anakin standing in front of the Jedi Council.
That would have been a good one.
Kind of show his transition from slave boy to Jedi Knight to.
Then it went to Vader.
Well, not sorry,
Luke,
not a master, because I had to take a seat. Real quick, Rick Villanueva stepping out in a minute. We'll see you later, buddy. Cheers to you.
Of course,
thanks
cheers,
for stopping
bud.
by. May the force be with you, sir. No, but that would seriously be really good. But Scott, you know what? We've got the episodes to talk about all of this, the old movies, the story that has come.
Yes.
What about, first of all, the shots they picked from the sequel trilogy that we've from Force Awakens and Last Jedi?
That was cool.
I loved all of those. They didn't shy away. We're not shying away from. Also, those were out of sequence as well. Shots from both, but before we went to Rise of Skywalker, it was a shot of Rey and Kylo on Starkiller. They're not shying away from any movie trailer.
No, and
I'm for it.
One thing I wanted to point out too was there was something very interesting shown. It showed the amount of touching in these new movies, which sounds really weird. It's the first thing I picked up on was they had the hand scene, Then they had the I think it was. Did they show Finn kissing Rose?
I think they might have. I can't really remember, but not too far off.
Then they showed
I noticed that as well.
Then they showed Rey's hand coming into frame and her pulling up Finn. They showed a lot of physical things, and they showed the one part that got me the most emotional. This is so silly, but I feel like everyone would agree to this. There's one part in the sequel trilogy, and I'll never forget the first time I saw it, and I'm sure you won't forget either, was that shot of BB-8, and he's running, and he's looking off to the side. When I first saw that, of course, back in 2014, November 14, I couldn't believe what I just witnessed. That, besides the Falcon scene, that's what got me. But with that being said, the fact that they threw it again for this, it kind of did bring a tear to my eye, because I remember thinking how big the future was back in 2014. Like, wow, this is new. This is also new, and now I've seen BB-8 in TV shows, YouTube videos. BB-8 is such a
he's an icon. He's an icon.
BB-8. Yes, he is so regular now, but it gave me a feeling of what it felt like a long time ago when I first saw him, and I'm like, why did they do that to me? They totally threw that shot in.
They were trying to make us cry, and I cried several times that day at work, watching it on the line in my factory where I work, where I shouldn't probably have been doing it. So, if you get a defective car mirror, I apologize. I have no eyelids because Scotty removed them. So
I removed the post. They look those are prosthetics. Once he has
it's so I can sleep.
Yes. This Ewok cut while I caress the razor. The razor crest. Anyway, what just happened? Let's get into that new footage. There's one thing that really kind of came out.
So many delicious nuggets
with this. The red eyes. The 3PO with the red eyes. What? I guess that wasn't the first shot. I'm sorry, the
first shot is the crew showing up to Burning Man. Which was pretty cool. It's a great gift too. I know I posted it, said me and the crew rolling up to celebration.
Celebration. Yes,
it's awesome, dude.
That's
it was
us.
awesome. I love it.
The chalk dust in the air, and I wonder what that even's gonna be. My theory was
Okay.
still. I remember saying on the last episode was that it's some
Careful.
sort of pod race.
Into
But
theories you go. Only pain
yeah.
will you find.
Only pain will you
find. Yes. Go ahead.
But yeah, I was hoping it'd be some sort of pod race celebration or something.
Oh,
crazy.
maybe.
I don't know.
Who knows?
We'll
It could, because you were like, you were speculating there might be a pod race. Those are the what are they? The ahi ahi that they build in the.
The mahi
remember,
mahi. The seared mahi.
No,
mahi.
not that.
Sorry.
I'm trying to remember that it's Pisana that they're on because, they revealed the ahi ahi or some. You guys might have to forgive me. I don't have the visual guide for Rise of Skywalker yet. Yet. But they they're like the local kind of alien race that lives in Pisana and stuff and all that. So Rule Farm Boy, I haven't been keeping up with making Star Wars just because I love Jason. I'm afraid of leaks for the last chapter.
Me too.
I followed him right up until we started getting like more information this summer, and then I was like, I'm getting to Aki. That's right, Aki is something. Yeah, thank you, Anthony.
Well, funny enough, whenever I saw him at Celebration, I walked up to him. I said, "Well, we talked for a second. I'm like, did that trailer like confirm a lot of what you heard?" And he's like, "Oh yeah." He goes, "I'm gonna have a lot of stuff coming out in the future." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool." But I told him how I kept up with him at The Force Awakens because I was just jonesing, dying for more stuff then. But now I'm kind of like,
I want to be in there, like listen in it.
Gotta love it.
I want it so bad, but I'm also like, I want to experience it in the theater. Like JJ told. Like JJ told Kevin Smith, man, he's like, you want to experience the shot and all that stuff in the theater. You want to experience this stuff, and he keeps talking about everyone's talking about being satisfied, which is a great talking point. I get it. It's good press, but I just think that we are going to be like so satisfied with this. I think it's going to be like not funny anymore. It's going to be like, wow, that was satisfying ending. So ready for it. But yeah, okay. So let's go back. So we've got the crew rolling up on Burning Man or whatever, where they're out there, like body painting and all that kind of stuff, doing the chalk races.
Taking some acid.
They've got food trucks that also sell marijuana. But yes, death sticks. Lots of death sticks. But
lots of spice.
hold on, let me take a sip of coffee. Great. This is great live content. But, so we've got. What is the next shot? Hold on. I have some.
What you got?
I have some. It's Leia. Leia is the next shot. I've got some screenshots pulled up.
Cool.
But Leia
thank
is
you.
one of the next shots. In the forest, and that looks like. Remember, we have the jungle planet at the beginning that JJ at Celebration was talking about, this is kind of like we're seeing everyone off. This is kind of the beginning of the journey that everyone is together. So that, I think, is from that scene, of course. But we also, I'm trying to remember exactly where the Rey training in the forest scene comes in. I think it's around that point, too.
Yeah, they showed that. I'm just going to pull it up on my phone. I'm not going to play it out loud. Hold on. That's the easiest way to do it. Yeah.
Let your phone.
Let's see.
I can't. I completely botched that. Okay.
Y'all better get ready for some Uncle Palps.
Uncle Palps.
Y'all know what that
Return.
means
Who
yet?
knows? I don't know. What a lovely. And this is. I don't know if you guys noticed. This is the shot of Carrie Fisher that when we got a picture from John Williams scoring the film already, it was that shot of Carrie.
Yeah, that was that shot. That was very nice.
Oh, so good to see
Very
that
specific.
finally, and it's really cool to see because it's like they've obviously God rest Carrie's soul. She's not, no longer with us, but yes, there she is. They've changed her clothes through the magic of modern cinema, CGI, what have you. She looks great, and I've said it before. I'll say it again. Carrie's making it through this movie. I think we end the Skywalker saga with Princess Leia, with our princess still alive. I don't think they're going to do that again. I think they're expecting it, and it would be a little cheap. And what kind of a statement does that send too? Like, how powerful would that be to see her doing that? But if you look, I just want to talk real quick about that shot of Rey training in the. I was gonna say jungle, but I want to say forest, because if you look at that shot, okay, for one thing, everyone was talking about how she cuts the tree in half, and you see the training remote kind of go out of the way. She's trying to hit the training remote. Tell me what that looks like, Scotty. That looks like my home planet of. That looks like my home planet of. My home moon of Endor. It's like she's hanging out just outside of Happy Tree Village, as I call it.
I honestly believe that we will 100% be back.
What's up, Scott?
I am really in my
sorry. Scott Gibby just joined the chat, my man. How you doing,
Yes,
man?
indeed.
All right, you totally agree with me. I'm thinking it's what do you agree on? I'm sorry. Just go ahead and we're gonna keep talking, but put it in the chat there. What do you agree with me about? Because I like it when people agree with me. So.
Well, the next shot actually after Carrie is gonna be the shot of the ships, which was incredible.
Oh my goodness,
God.
The shot.
And the old ships.
Yeah, I know. You've got people are like, oh, we've only had X-Wings and stuff. Leia makes it to the end. yes, sir. That's right. Hashtag Leia makes it to the end. That's it. We'll come up with something more snappy later. But no, look at that. You look at that. People are like, well, we only have had X-Wings and A-Wings, but look at that. We've got A-Wing, X-Wings. We've got B-Wings. We've got whatever that new freighter is. Everyone thought that was the Millennium Falcon.
Okay, looking at it now, I don't think that's the Falcon. You know what that could be, though? This is just me getting super crazy. I forget which type of Corellian freighter, but Dash Rendar, I think, or Kankatan.
It kind of reminded me of that. It's a different model of a Corellian freighter.
Yeah. It's like a half of a
right.
Falcon.
It's the kind of freighter that if any of you guys watch Rebels, Sato's nephew, Mart Matin, who is named after
Matt Martin.
He pilots one of those freighters. So hashtag Leia lives. Sloan, thank you.
Then the next shot after that, which was okay. So there were some shots in here that were like mind blowing. Of course, Dark Gray was one of them, but the one that was like to me, so just like what was the shot of all the Star Destroyers. That was insane.
I can't.
I couldn't.
My brain was melting out of my ears. When I first,
it was the.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm sure you're gonna say the same thing. Whenever it was first posted, it was like Star Destroyers as far as you can see. I was like,
we're all thinking like
what? Which ones?
I was thinking First Order Star Destroyers, which I was a little. It was the second or third time before I even really. It was probably even more than that before I noticed what kind of Star Destroyers they actually were.
Exactly, and then of course, a lot of stuff's been coming out, and I sent you that picture a couple days ago, Jerry, of the stripes around it, the red stripes.
I didn't know what anyone was talking about until you sent me that. It's such a quick shot, and it's so dark, and I don't have the technology at my fingertips currently to brighten it up. But oh my gosh! And I thought whenever I noticed they were Imperial, I thought, oh, it's maybe they're rolling up. They're doing a misdirect, and they're rolling up on like some derelict Star Destroyers, or they're hiding or whatever. I don't know, man. I think that I don't. Well, but you were saying the brightened image. Sorry, the brightened image. You can see they have lights on in the Star
Yep.
Destroyers. It's just kind of like a darker shot. My gosh, I think for one thing, we know now we're getting some kind of massive space battle or
Totally.
ship to ship battle. It looks like it might be, if not in a nebula, in the atmosphere of a planet. So.
Yeah, yeah. And with that being said, there's of course the speculation my brain went to, and this is just how I am, is imagine if we got some sort of Thrawn return there, and not that it's possible, but they did totally throw Pierce Bronson into the footage. Into the banner. That was that was Pierce Bronson 1,000%. But they could really could find some way. I don't
think
know.
so. Yeah,
Just
man.
saying.
Hey, see you later, Scott.
Oh, Scott,
He's
gets
got to
his
leave,
leaving.
man. His phone's
Bye,
about to
dude.
die. That's okay. Hey, go take care of your phone, buddy. It's okay. You know where you need to
Yes. Yes.
be. They are the Emperor's Star Destroyers. I agree, Elder Pug. I agree. And also, she's in the forest where Maz lives. Was what they were saying about, I guess, where Rey is. Possibly. It very well could be Takodana. I think Takodana in
Yeah.
The Mandalorian, though, that shot where he's flying over the trees and the lakes or rivers or whatever, I think that's Takodana, honestly.
That would be
I think we're
amazing.
finally getting, because Maz kind of stretches throughout the canon now. She goes back 1,000 years, so she can appear anywhere. But yeah, I agree. Back to the Star Destroyers. Yes, Sith Troopers and Star Destroyers. I'm thinking, and we'll get more into this stuff on our next episode. Scott, you guys, a little bit of sizzle here. The Sith Troopers and all that is, it's who's coming back but old Sheevy babes, man. Uncle Palps. Uncle
There he is.
Uncle Palps is in the house. He's in the building. He's in the wreckage of the Death Star.
For those who haven't seen
I
it,
love
there
that
he is.
picture of him wearing the sunglasses, by the way. That is the best shirt ever. I don't know where you got it, but very, very
Public.
jealous. I would have
Well,
forced
I
lightning
remember
you
talking to this
myself
at
to take
Celebration.
that shirt, but I won't do that.
Well, at Celebration, I remember buying this before. I'm like, oh, this is pretty funny. People are going to like this. And then it was relevant. It went from being like, when I bought it, irrelevant.
Yeah.
Like, yeah,
Oh,
it's just
man.
Palpatine. To being like,
That
at
was
Celebration, I was
insane.
like, this is cool.
Anyone
again.
cosplaying as Palpatine.
Do you remember that?
video? Remember that video
was
I
a-
posted? That guy on the escalator. Someone
Yes.
posted it, and I shared it because
Yes.
it was the best thing. I wish I still had it. Replay whenever I wanted it to. I'm gonna have to look back through my tweets. But he coming down the escalator, going, "It's so good to be back."
To be back.
That guy was a riot. I wish I followed him around.
Yeah.
And we should have been his best friend, Scott. No.
Hey, we'll have him. We'll have him at the
Yeah,
live
man.
panel.
Hey,
when we have our
if
live
you're
panel.
listening to this and you were that guy coming down the escalator as Sheev, maybe DM us on. Maybe we'll have you on sometime. Just seriously, if you guys know who that is, I forget. I followed him after that, but yeah, man, that dude's awesome. So anyway,
It's good to
it's
be
good
back.
to be back. Oh, it's great.
Okay, so with that being said, the next shot after that was 3PO with the red eyes, and someone made a really good point on Twitter. Do you mind if I bring
I don't
it up?
mind.
Okay, so there was a clip, and I mean, they said the Force Awakens game is canon. They have a clip of 3PO tapping into his memories, and his eyes glow bright red. Now, I don't know.
Are you
That just might be me
talking
getting
about
crazy,
that? That's
but,
the
like,
Lego clip, right?
Yes.
That wasn't the Lego
yes.
Force Awakens. That's Droid
Oh.
Tales, which is, let me plug Droid Tales really quick. It was a short series, like one season on Disney Channel, and it is hilarious. Except for there's one part, it's pretty funny, but Jar Jar gets blown up in one episode, in episode one.
Oh,
He keeps getting
Yeah.
blown up. It's hilarious, but my heart hurts a little bit for him because I just want to hug him. But anyway, gosh, yeah, go check out Droid Tales
So-
is great. It's basically 3PO retelling the prequels to everyone on Endor.
but like they showed his glowing red eyes, and like I was like, they might be trying to get into C-3PO's mind. I always kind of speculated in my head. I thought, well, wouldn't it be kind of cool if they like had to find something about Anakin? They tapped his memory, you know. And didn't they say something about his mind isn't really all the way wiped? I mean, there's still some there's some blur
there's
there.
a comic, the one that came out after The Force Awakens to show like how he got his red arm. Probably don't recognize it with my red arm. It was a pretty good comic. It was it was an interesting story. The best part that came out of it was that you find out that 3PO, he still kind of remembers little bits and pieces. That it was tragic but beautiful at the same time, where he's talking about all these little memories he kind of has, but he can't bring it. And almost I think we're going to all respect C-3PO a lot more after this film. Either his memory is the MacGuffin or R2. I kind of was talking to you about that. Why we haven't seen R2-D2 in anything. I think R2 has a bigger. I think he has a bigger part in this story than we're seeing. They don't want to spoil that for us yet, so don't worry, guys. Don't worry. Autumn Rose, I'm guessing, talking to Scott Gibson, says you need to film that. Unlimited power.
Unlimited power.
There you go. Oh man, that's so crazy.
Oh, that's awesome.
If too many times undercovering the droid for their memory, 100% agree. It's going to play a big part. Droids. They've talked about the memories and stuff, but like I just think that's such a big thing that R2-D2 knows everything has happened.
Everything.
He didn't get his mind wiped, and that's the reason R2 is such a free spirit, is because the droids in the Empire, and that's why the Empire trusts droids, is they think that they constantly are wiping their droids' memories, and they're more like robots, but R2, no. R2 is basically a loud, he's basically me, but with more of a foul mouth, so.
The Oracle. But, yeah, so we had 3PO with the red eyes, which was a really cool sequence. Then the next one's that laser, or whatever it was, that red light hitting the ground. And then I think it's Ray training.
Yeah, you're correct. But I still...
No. I'm wrong. Wrong again. I'm sorry. I'm wrong. Laser hitting the ground. Then it's that shot. Then it's that shot of Kylo.
Oh, are you talking about the one
walking up? Oh, no, I'm wrong.
Scott, stop playing with my emotions.
I lied.
No, we can. Who cares about even talking about it in order, man? There was so much. They just bombarded us. It was not that much footage, but it was the impact of this footage was way more impactful than what at Celebration, which was that's insane to think, because what we saw at Celebration was amazing.
Insane. But yeah, with that being said, in regards to Kylo Ren, all the shots of him in there, and the one footage that we actually didn't really discuss that much. I think we discussed it on our last episode a little bit. Was the shot of Kylo. There really wasn't that many shots of him except for the one where he's walking up with the lightsaber and it's like streaking across whatever ground that is. Might be snow,
such a cool shot.
That was. Yep, and then it like kind of goes in front of the camera, and then it's beautiful because it's like kind of not in a fade. It's like that effect happens, and then it's the ocean.
The
and
waves
it's like
crashing.
One really cool, that was awesome. That was really
those
awesome.
two shots I think might be my favorite of the entire trailer. Besides, actually, I'm quite fond of them walking up on that big party for some reason. I don't. That just it shows me that this movie is going to have a lot of really cool visuals and a lot of. We're going to see a lot of really interesting stuff.
Poe and Rey, we've only seen that once. We're going to see that again. And Finn and Rey, we barely saw that in the Last Jedi.
We're all hanging out together on this planet. This is like, even in the original trilogy, we didn't really get like a movie where everyone was all together for most of I think most of the movie, maybe the entire first act, I don't know, I can't remember. I think we're all going to be together doing this mission, and towards maybe the last act of the film, well, we've got to go off and do this X, Y, or Z things. And Guys, I'll tell you, I'm a Bendemptionist. I think we're getting, but I'm also I'm like Shirut Imwe. I am one with the forces with me. Whatever the storytellers want to tell me, I will take. But
We're good.
But
We're down.
ever since Palpatine's been introduced, I think we're getting Ben Solo back on the light side. So we'll see how they do that. I don't know. I think they can do it if they can do it in an interesting way. They aren't. It's not going to be repetitive if there's so many different ways to tell that story. But anyway, I'll get off my soapbox for a second. Scotty, what do you think?
No. In regards to, like, of course, everything that was shown, the one thing that we, of course, can touch base on, but there's just been so much said about it already, was the dark race stuff, and I'm honestly, I'm hungry to see what that means, because, like you said, JJ's just not going to throw something in there like that and give a unbelievably huge plot point away. But then again, he might be subverting our expectations and really doing that. I don't know. Like, he really could be like, yeah, no, that's going to happen. That's going to be like a half of the movie.
Right.
We don't know that.
I'm 100% on board with subversion of expectations. That is a bad thing. So
yes.
I don't want to know where you're going. Why I loved TLJ so much is because it was the first Star Wars film I saw that I didn't really know where it was going. So do that for me again, JJ. It's so exciting right now. This is what people felt back in the 70s and 80s when the Star Wars, the original trilogy was coming out. So,
think about Empire Strikes Back.
Oh my gosh, man! Like, what's gonna happen? What's gonna happen? Anyway, but Dark Ray. I've heard a lot of people kind of pointing out that that's if it's a vision, it's lazy. If it can't be just a vision because that's lazy writing or this. I would be careful at throwing out lazy writing for just about anything. Even if it's something that we feel like we've gotten before. There's nothing new under the sun, for one thing. The way that they tell it can still be fresh. These are the J.J. Abrams is like one of these. He's like, I don't know. I got to be careful. I guess what I say. I feel like he's the Spielberg of our generation.
Oh, he is. No,
I think, I think these are really good storytellers that we've got telling the story. So even if it is a vision, and I kind of lean towards that, I think it's because, for one thing, if Rey goes evil in this movie, she already has a dark, for one thing, the saber is crackling like Kylo's. So she's got a cracked kyber crystal that's a little too similar. Where does she get that? She's just like, I'm going dark now, so I'm gonna get these dark robes on. Anakin turned to the dark side and for like 2 days was just still wearing his Jedi garb, had the hero saber, which Rick and
good point.
I know you've dropped out of the chat, but if you're listening to this later on, buddy, I don't. Do we think that the legacy saber, the hero saber, is going to make it out of this film?
What really good point though. I mean, I never thought about that. Yeah, well, this might be the last movie for it.
I don't know. I think it does because I just think that's Excalibur. Again, it's kind of like that and the Falcon and Chewie, and the droids are like evergreen. You could constantly bring them back in. So, but
that's true.
But
that's
again,
true.
Tell me a good story. I'm like Anthony in there. I'm like Rural Farm Boy. Just tell me a good story, and I'll be happy.
Good story.
But anyway, no. Yeah. So what do you think though about what is your biggest theory, your pet theory, Scotty, about Dark Ray?
One thing I saw which I thought was pretty cool, and of course I think Christian Harloff said it at Collider on one of the episodes, and he brought up how she could be a clone because there's that part where she looks in the mirror and she sees nothing but a ton of hers. And not to say that's the answer. It would be very interesting though. Let's say it's a bunch of failed experiments and the only other thing that worked was the one she's staring back at in the mirror. I don't know. It could be a lot of things. A vision's one thing that I went to, but Adam Lance Garcia like super analyzed it, and like he noticed that someone is stepping out of frame.
I watched his little play-by-play.
Yep, very very subtle, but stepping out of frame. So it might be Rey backing up. I don't know what it is. Maybe we'll see a light side version of Kylo Ren, like she's seeing a dark version.
Some kind of vision,
of Rey. It might be Ben Solo like looking at the mirror in Octu or somewhere, and he's like, "Show me what I want, show me what I want," and then it shows him kind of like Harry Potter, and it shows him.
It's exactly like Harry Potter, just about.
Could be that. My honest opinion is I almost want to avoid everything besides the next trailer. Like I don't want to see anything else. My brain's already going at 1,000 miles a minute.
I'm just ready. Well, and the next trailer, Scotty, October. That's the final trailer, and that is like, yeah, 6 man. Weeks. Hey, the final trailer, weeks. And guys, we are going to. They're going to start selling the tickets then too. So, gosh. Well, with the clone theory, I know that one's been kind of panned by a bunch of people, and I don't subscribe to it. The way
I don't either.
The way that Harloff was describing, I remember I sent you that video too. I think of Harloff kind of talking about it on a Collider Live, and the way he was describing it was it's not everyone says clone. It's more of like a test tube baby. You take all of the DNA of all of these Force users, or I don't know. You basically take this DNA, put it together, you get Rey, and I don't know. I think it's very unlikely that it's a clone. And again, like who is the Tumed 2, who is the original Rey? I think it's if it's that kind of storyline, I don't think she's a clone per se. It's more of a concoction of Force users created to basically be the vessel, the perfect weapon, if you will, to help Palpatine if he is back fully in the flesh, which I again, we'll get into that on the next episode, to help Palpatine basically do things 100% right. If Palpatine is back, you got to think he is 100% trying to do everything without any hitch. So he's going to be ready for just about anything they throw at him if he is back.
Oh, I'm sorry, Jerry. I'm putting
You're
a tweet
good.
out there.
We got the tweets and they're coming through, and he's I don't know what I'm saying now, but maybe Rey and Kylo are fighting on Kamino because Rey finds out the First Order is cloning her. Sloan, possibly. Again, yes, Rez, I think it's misdirection a little bit. I think they put that in there to make us freak out. And
yes.
And
to get a bunch of people that are not super mega Star Wars fans to be talking about it too.
Right.
At work. I mean, it's to drive discussion.
Well, and even Sloan, even genetically modified test tube Rey, which is the kind of theory there, which sounds the most likely if you're going to go the clone-ish route. It's a little too sci-fi, I feel like, or a little too expanded universe, possibly old EU. But who knows? It depends on how it's presented.
One thing I will say, exactly. One thing I will say before we end up ending this live stream, I wanna give a big shout out to my boy Jerry for making this possible, and I can't wait to see what y'all have to say about this mini episode and what y'all have to say about the footage we'll get in like 6 weeks from now. But yeah, y'all, this has been super fun. Thank you everyone for joining. Man. Seriously, that was amazing.
Well, seriously, this felt more like hanging out, and so I really like that. It kind of reminded me of celebrations. So seriously. Don't stay strangers. That we're going to do this again for sure. But Scotty, before we close out though, where can the good people find ya?
You can find me on Twitter at the Scott Jero, or Scotty Jero, if you will. You can also find us here on the Bombadcast's YouTube page. More than likely or not, find us on Facebook. If you need me, DM me, okay? Send us a little email.
Send us a line.
Bombadcast@gmail.com. We are here. Send us a line. Look, we are here for anything. You can send us a voicemail. Tomorrow we're going to be making our thread about Shivi. So we can have you on the show if you want to be featured. If you have any comments about our boy Sheev Palpatine on the shirt, y'all can 100% write in and let us know, okay? But that's it for me, Jerry. What do you want to say? Anything in particular?
You can find me at, I am Canon Junkie on Twitter, at The Canon Junkie. I have a YouTube page that I don't really post to, but you can go there, look for Canon Junkie. But most of the time, you'll find me on the Bombadcast. Go ahead, subscribe and hit that bell. That's right, Sloan. Go ahead. You subscribe to the YouTube channel if you haven't already.
Hit the bell.
And hit the little thingies that are around here. Hit the bell. So you know when our episodes drop on here, but we'll also do reaction videos and stuff. We get to do a reaction video to the D23 footage, so we wanted to do this. We had a ton of stuff going on this last weekend. But again, guys, thank you so much for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out with us. We'll see you guys Tuesday with an all-new episode. Stay tuned tomorrow, Thursday or Friday, for you guys who are not time traveling with us. And we'll get a post out. We're going to get your thoughts about old Uncle Palps. And until next time, Scott, unless you have anything to add, sir.
Nothing in particular, but you know what the good people should be doing. Jerry, what should they be doing?
You guys should stay bombad. See you guys later.
All Bombad.